This Thursday, something happens that will affect every African using Starlink. SpaceX, the company behind the satellites above our heads, is going public on the stock market at a valuation of $1.75 trillion, the largest IPO in the history of the stock market. And Africa is right at the center of why this matters. Welcome to Overite. Let's break it down. On June 12th, this Thursday, SpaceX lists on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange under the ticker SPCX. The IPO price is $135 per share. The company plans to raise $75 billion in a single transaction. That breaks Saudi Aramco's record of $29 billion, currently the largest IPO ever recorded. At $1.75 trillion valuation, SpaceX will become the seventh most valuable company in America, bigger than Tesla, just below Meta. Now, here is the number that changes everything for Africa. Starlink, the satellite internet service, generated $11.4 billion in revenue in 2025. That is 61% of everything SpaceX earns. Starlink is the only profitable part of SpaceX. The rockets lose money. The AI loses money. Starlink pays for all of it. And Africa, where Nigeria is the biggest Starlink market on the continent, is a major part of that revenue. So here is the question every African needs to ask. What happens to Starlink when SpaceX answers to public shareholders? Because once a company goes public, it faces quarterly pressure. Every 3 months, show us growth, show us more revenue, show us more profit. Starlink is the cash machine. So pressure to grow Starlink revenue will increase significantly after this IPO. For Africa, two things could happen. One, SpaceX pushes aggressively into Africa to grow subscribers, more infrastructure, more countries, maybe even better pricing to attract more users. That is good for connectivity. Two, SpaceX increases Starlink prices to improve profit margins. Nigeria, with the most subscribers in Africa, would feel that first. Which direction they go depends on one thing, how seriously African governments regulate satellite internet operators. If Nigeria has no clear framework, SpaceX will charge whatever the market allows. Simple as that. Now, the question everyone is asking, in Nigerian WhatsApp groups right now, can I invest in the SpaceX IPO? Short answer, it is possible but complicated. SpaceX lists on Nasdaq, an American exchange. Nigerian banks cannot access it directly. But if you have an account on international investment platforms like Bamboo, Rise, or Trove, you may be able to buy SpaceX shares from June 12th. One very important caution though, Morningstar, one of the world's most respected financial analysis firms, says SpaceX is actually worth closer to $780 billion, not $1.75 trillion. Meaning at the IPO price, you could be paying more than double what the company is actually worth right now. This is not financial advice, but do your research carefully before putting your money in. Let me be very direct about what this means for Africa. The company that operates our fastest growing internet infrastructure is about to answer to American shareholders. Its pricing, its expansion plans, its investment decisions, all influenced by Wall Street quarterly earnings targets. Africa has been here before with oil, with minerals, with agriculture. Foreign companies extract value, profits leave. The continent gets connectivity, but not wealth. The satellite internet era does not have to repeat that pattern, but only if African governments, starting with Nigeria, build regulatory frameworks that say clearly, if you want to do business here, you contribute here. The SpaceX IPO is not just a financial story. It is a warning and an opportunity. Africa needs to be ready. SpaceX goes public this Thursday, the largest IPO in history, and Starlink, funded by African subscribers, among others, is the engine making it all possible. Watch what happens to pricing and expansion in Africa after this IPO. That will tell you everything about how SpaceX sees this continent. This is Overite. Subscribe for the African tech and business stories that actually matter. See you in the next one.